What can you buy in Spring Hill and Brooksville, Florida if you are making $60,000 per year? Now, we all know that affordability is on everybody's minds at the moment when it comes to buying a home. The interest rates are higher and home prices have risen. So it's really important if you're looking to buy a home that you understand clearly what you're going to be able to afford. So today we're going to dive in and take a look at some of the homes you can afford, as well as talking about what the mortgage payment and down payment might look like if you're making $60,000 a year in Spring Hill and Brooksville, Florida. Stay tuned. Let's dive in. Okay, so I want to start by talking about some assumptions that we're going to be making here when we're looking at what the affordability might be for a home in Spring Hill and Brooksville, Florida, earning $60,000 per year. So the first assumption that we're going to make is that somebody is getting an FHA loan and putting down 3.5%. In other words, whatever the purchase price is, 3.5% of that will need to be made as a down payment, meaning that somebody will finance 96.5% of the purchase. The second assumption is we're going to base it on the average 30-year rate today, which at the end of April is around about 7%. Third, we're going to talk about debt to income ratio, and we're going to max that out and assume that the mortgage payment is going to be 50% of the income. So what that means is we're working with a mortgage amount of $2,500 per month to spend. And when we do all of the calculations, that essentially equates to a $300,000 home that you can purchase in Spring Hill or Brooksville. So we're going to take a look at some different types of homes, some different neighborhoods, and some areas where your dollars might go further. And please watch to the end, because if you're buying a home in Spring Hill, Brooksville, I have got a huge tip for you that's going to make your money go even further when purchasing. All right, here we go, guys. Let's get into the map. All right, guys, so here we are inside the map, and what we're going to be focusing on today is Spring Hill and Brooksville and what you can buy for $60,000. So for those of you who don't know where we are, we're basically in Hernando County here, which is up north of Tampa by about 40 miles. So we're going to be zooming in really on this area in here. Now, access to Tampa is going to be predominantly via the 589 Suncoast Toll Road. It's a straight shot down to Tampa, and it pretty much dead ends at Tampa Airport down here. So you can be door to door if you're in Avalon or somewhere like that in about 35 minutes from Tampa Airport. Really, really accessible. I've lived in Spring Hill for 15 years and Brooksville for 5 years. Been selling real estate here that whole time, so I'm really excited to show you some of these homes. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to open up Zillow. It's maybe not quite as robust as the MLS, but it's something that you guys are going to be familiar with, and it's all publicly accessed information, so you guys can look up any of the things I'm showing you here. I'm recording this video at the end of April. Now, there's some areas here I really want to focus in on. I'm going to show you some areas where maybe your money goes a little bit further and you can buy slightly larger homes, but I'm also going to show you some really, really great high demand areas where you can still afford to purchase a property. And then, like I said, at the end, I'm going to give you my biggest tip to make your money go further. So I want to start by looking in this little area here over by Barclay and Powell, or Barclay and Elgin. And there's two areas I want to focus in on here. One of them doesn't have any homes on here at the moment to show you. The other one does. But this little triangulation area here is really popular, and it's where I've spent the majority of my time in Spring Hill. So this area in here is Pristine Place. And I'm going to outline it real quick here just to make sure it highlights. This is Pristine Place in here, essentially. Really, really nice gated community. And in here is Silverthorne, which is a gated golf course community. I've lived in Pristine Place twice, I've lived in Silverthorne twice. I know those areas really, really well, and they're always some of the most popular areas of any area of Spring Hill, Brooksville. And you might think, well, how can I afford something for $300,000 in there if it's so popular and so nice? But you can. So Silverthorne has these villa homes in there. The yard is maintained by the association. They do the outside paint. Some of them are attached side-by-side villas. Some of them are standalone villas. They go from 1,100, 1,200 square foot on the attached ones up to 2,000 square foot on the detached. But the pricing, as you can see, starts around $289,900. So it's a really great option for some people. This is one of the side-by-side villas, and you can see how gorgeous they are. So you do not have to spend a fortune to be in a gated golf course community with community pool, fitness center, tennis courts, restaurant, and bar. So these are a great option for some people. This is a 2-bedroom plus a den, so it's a really, really nice size, 1,448 square foot. But how cute is this? So it actually comes in under the $300,000 price bracket that we were talking about, and there's probably still room for negotiation in there. However, it is worth noting in Silverthorne, you do have the homeowners association fee, and you do also have a maintenance fee for the villas. So that would be one area that I would encourage people to look in, would be Silverthorne and Pristine Place. They're some of my favorite areas in Spring Hill. Accessibility wise, they're really, really good because they're one, close to 589 Suncoast Parkway. You can see they're just in here, and the Parkway entrance would be right over here. But they're also close to Publix, they're close to the schools, they're close to the stores, and they're only about 10-15 miles inland from the Gulf. So location-wise, very, very good. Just south of State Road 50 as well for all of the commercial stuff that's up there. So definitely Silverthorne and Pristine Place should be two areas that you look at. Now from there, I'm gonna head a little bit further south. So we're getting closer towards Tampa, closer towards the southern county line district of Hernando County. There's gonna be two areas I wanna focus in on over here. Let me just zoom out here. So the first one is going to be over here essentially by Godfrey Ave, kind of in that area. And there's a really, really nice home here I wanted to show you because it has a pool. So this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath option. Just had a price cut, but it's the same sort of size, 1,458 square foot. But this one does have, like I said, the private pool. So yes, you can actually buy a pool home under $300,000 still. Now these homes are a little bit older. You can find them renovated, although you're not likely to find them in that price point. But you can see this has been immaculately maintained. Very, very cute home in a very, very cute area. So that would be one option for you here. There's another home here, which is a little larger, a little higher up on the price point, but doesn't have the lower ceilings like the other one does. This one has higher ceilings. So again, you can see how cute this home is. It's a little bit more light, bright, and airy, but it is in a higher price point. So that would be $325. The market average at the moment here is about 96.5% list price to sell price. So we would expect this to sell somewhere around 96.5% of the list price. Again, it has the private pool. So both great options, definitely an area worth considering. And then, like I said, just a touch further south towards County Line Road, we have Avalon. This was built in 2005, 2006 predominantly, although there are a couple of different sections to it, and there's still new construction going on in there. But again, it's a homeowners association community. Most of the areas in there are not gated, but it does have the community pool. And because it's right on the intersection of County Line Road and 589 Toll Road, it's about as close as you can get to Tampa within Hernando County. So that 35-minute drive to Tampa Airport from exit 41 on Spring Hill Drive is gonna be much closer to 30 minutes from here. So let me take a look at this home here. This one's listed at 310, 1,800 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, slightly newer construction. Very, very cute. Look at this. And again, you can see here the sort of style and finish that they have here. Granite countertops, nice wood cabinets. So again, great option in Avalon. That would be towards the bottom end of the pricing in Avalon, but you can still find them. Hey guys, Ross Hardy from the Hardy team at Remax. I hope you're enjoying this video about what $60,000 can buy you, and I hope you're finding it useful and valuable. If you are, please like this video and leave a comment below and let me know what you think of the homes that I'm showing you. And also be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way, anytime we release any new videos about the Spring Hill, Brooksville, Wesley Chapel, or any of the northern Tampa suburbs, you'll be the first to know. We're also doing new home tours and some other cool stuff as well. And if you have any questions, be sure to reach out to us at the phone number below. You can call and text. You can even email us, set up a Zoom. Really doesn't matter. If you have any questions, if you're 9 days or 99 days away, I love hearing from folks like you from the YouTube channel, and I respond to all of the comments personally. All right, guys, let's get back into the video. And then heading just slightly over to the east. So this would be Spring Hill here. On the east side of the Suncoast Parkway would actually be Brooksville, although it's not in Brooksville city limits. But Trillium was a neighborhood that I looked into moving into when I first came out here. It was between Trillium and Silver Ridge. At the time, I couldn't quite afford the houses in Trillium. My dollar went a little further in Silver Ridge, so that's where I went. But my wife also used to live in here. It's a very, very popular neighborhood. Again, has the community pool and some nice amenities. And this one here is going to be listed dead on at $300,000. So let me take a dive into the map here on Zillow and just show you what this looks like. So these were built by Pulte, who are building a couple of new communities in Spring Hill at the moment. But again, you can get a home in a nice HOA community really close to the Suncoast Parkway for easy access to Tampa for around $300,000. All right, so I want to change pace a little bit here, and I want to go to something that is non-homeowners association. So let me show you on the map real quick where we're going to be moving from and to. So Avalon and Trillium are right in here. We're going to be heading west, and we're going to be heading over to Mariner, over by the intersection at Elgin. So this would really be more towards the central area of Spring Hill. It's very centrally located. You're close to State Road 50 to the north. You're close to US 19 to the west. You're close to the Suncoast Parkway over to the east. So a lot of different options there. There's a lot of housing communities in here, and then Mariner has some restaurants, some stores and stuff like that. Busy little area, but right in the heart. What I want to do is show you one of the listings that I currently have because I think it's outstanding value. I don't expect it to stick around very long, but I certainly want to point it out. And it's this one over here at 5155 Baldock. So this one actually has just had a new roof put on in the last couple of years. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot, 1,550 square foot, listed at 305. And you will also see how light, bright and airy it is. It has the nice laminate wood floors. It's just been totally painted on the inside. Has vaulted ceilings. And it also has the bonus of having the pool out the back as well. So again, for just over $300,000, probably around $300,000, you can get a really, really nice home in the heart of Spring Hill with a pool, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And then I just sold another home over by Melancano, so I want to take a look in that neighborhood because this is really close to the intersection of State Road 50 and US 19. So it's a little further away from that Suncoast Parkway toll road, but it's a little bit more closer to the action in Spring Hill. This is the Weeki Spring State Park where the live mermaids are, and then it's right over close to the Gulf and Hernando Beach in case you want to get into some of the water activities. So let me take a look at the listings over here, and I'll take a look at this one here because it's right at 300,000. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, again 1,500 square foot in that nice little area close to all of the amenities there. You can see you have a little bit more space between the houses here, but again, really, really nice home, really functional on the inside, very, very cute, and you can afford it on a $60,000 income. Now I did sell a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home here on Melancano, which was a little smaller. It was about 1,200 square foot, but that one just closed at $250,000. Again, just to give you an idea as to what some of the price points are in that neighborhood. All right, and one of the other non-HOA places I want to look at is around Hunters Lake. Hunters Lake, again, would be down towards the southern end of Hernando County, over towards County Line Road and US 19. However, there's a really, really cute home here that I want to show you, and it's this one on Harcross. It's 1,300 square foot, nearly 1,400, 3-bedroom, 2-bath with the pool. And again, it's listed at $305,000. So you can see you don't have to break the bank to be able to afford a nice pool home. You can see it has new flooring in here. It's had a lick of paint, and then let me go to the kitchen. The kitchen has been remodeled as well. So super cute home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a pool for $305,000. And while we're here, I want to take a look at a couple of 55 plus options if you're looking to move into a neighborhood for older persons. So the 3 that I want to focus in on here are Timber Pines. So Timber Pines is probably the largest 55 plus neighborhood in all of Hernando County. It's the original one. It's massive. There's several golf courses. There's about 60 or 70 social clubs in there. And there's a lot of options in there for under $300,000. Now, take into account there are HOA dues, and in some cases there are going to be maintenance dues as well. But just to give you a broad overview as to what some of these homes might look like here, we'll pick one at random. This is very cute. Love the way this has been finished. So this is a 1,730 square foot home for $310,000. You can see the clubhouse amenities there. Very, very nicely done. But Timber Pines would be a great option as a 55 plus option. And then as we go to the north end of Hernando County, north of State Road 50, up by the Suncoast Parkway, Brook Ridge is a manufactured home community. Very, very popular and very, very affordable as well. So again, I'll take a home here and we'll take a look at it. This is 1,500 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. That's the parking spot there for the RV. Let's take a look inside. There you go. Again, very, very cute, light, bright, and airy. and a very affordable option. So that would be Spring Hill. Those would be the areas I would focus in on if I had $300,000 to spend in Spring Hill, which would be a $60,000 a year income. So now moving over a little bit east, let's take a look at some of the options in Brooksville. So again, 55 plus community off of US 41 here going towards downtown Brooksville is the Cascades at Southern Hills. This is the 55 plus section out the front of Southern Hills. Southern Hills is probably the highest end gated community in Hernando County. It's a private Pete Dye golf course community, stunning homes in there. But these 55 plus homes are no slouch either. And there's a couple of sections in there. Inland homes are building at the moment. I've done a video on their new construction in there before. This one's over on Fort King. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, just under 1,700 square foot in a 55 plus community. And again, you can see the level of finish on these. These are newer construction, granite countertops, nice wood cabinets, nice flooring. Again, light, bright, and airy. And a really, really awesome neighborhood close to downtown Brooksville, just about 5 miles away from historic downtown Brooksville. So definitely consider that as an option if you want to be close to Brooksville. Then as we move towards downtown Brooksville and the historic area, which is where I live, the options become a little fewer, but there are still some out there. So this one over here on Kinnear, really, really cute, smaller home. 1,100 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, built in 2022, but pretty close to downtown Brooksville here. This is where the action is, right in here. And again, super, super cute home, really, really nice quality, and under $300,000. So again, I want to reiterate that you can find really nice, high quality homes in really, really desirable areas for under $300,000. And then moving out towards the east of Brooksville. So going out on 98, out towards I-75, a couple of areas I want to talk about here. First one is Hillendale. Now, my first listing in Hillendale back 20 years ago was for $35,000, and these same homes now are selling for $275,000, go figure. But it is a up and coming emerging area. It's really kind of gone through a transition, or maybe still going through a transition to some degree. But this is a 4-bedroom home. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square foot. This one's virtually staged, but very, very cute nonetheless. And this is $275,000. So you do get a lot of bang for your buck out here. You may be able to find a 4-bedroom home as opposed to predominantly 3-bedroom homes in the other areas. And then the other area to focus in on out here is Sherman Hills. So Sherman Hills has some resale homes in there, but they also have some new construction going on as well. And I will talk about new construction here in just a second. So those are both out close to I-75, so easy access south to Tampa. And if you keep going across to the east, you're going to end up going through Claremont into the Orlando area. So very, very convenient for access to Tampa, convenient for access to Claremont. So before I talk about my secret hidden option here, I want to go in and just switch up the criteria and hit 4-bedroom, just to show you that there are still 4-bedroom options in the $300,000 price point. So this one would be over here on Montano. Again, new construction home. This one is 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square foot for $314,000. So really exceptional value at a price point that's achievable and reachable for most people, and has all the benefits of new construction along with it. And that's really a great transition into talking about new construction, because here's the thing with new construction homes at the moment, is that the builders are offering great incentives, and that's in a number of different ways. In some cases, they're buying down the interest rate. I've seen them as low as 4.75%, and they're also giving money towards closing cost concessions. So if you don't have to pay for your closing costs, and they can buy your interest rate down to 5%, 5.5%, all of a sudden you move from being able to afford a $300,000 home to being able to afford maybe closer to $350,000. And it really opens up a whole bunch of avenues for buyers in this marketplace. So definitely consider new construction because of how far it will make your money go as far as buying down the interest rate and not having to come up with the additional money for closing costs. You can use the closing cost money for more down payment, or you can use it to put towards your monthly payment and afford more home. But there's 3 things I want to talk about here. Now, the first one is going to be Pulte Homes over at Caldera. And Caldera is a community I've featured a bunch of times in my videos. You'll just have to search for Caldera in the YouTube channel here and you'll see some of the new home tours that I've done in there. But I just got somebody under contract over there a couple of weeks ago. They got $25,000 in closing cost concessions, and then they also got an additional $5,000 package for their refrigerator, blinds, washer, and dryer. So again, incentives like that make it really, really attractive. This has a new community center and pool and pickleball courts being built, which is due for completion in March of 2026. But these are really, really nice homes at a really, really affordable price point with really, really great incentives, which make it very attractive for buyers who are looking to make their home more affordable or stretch their dollar or reduce their monthly mortgage payment. So Pulte at Caldera would be one of the options I suggest you check out. The second one would be Century Complete Homes. They have homes all over Spring Hill on kind of spot lots, but they are offering really, really great incentives as well. And they are at a price point right around $300,000 for their new construction also. And then the final thing I want to talk about, and this is really, in my opinion, the best value new construction in all of Spring Hill and Brooksville at the moment, and that is Meritage Homes out at Benton Hills. So this is out by I-75 and State Road 50 again, over towards Hillendale and Sherman Oaks where we were before, but it's a little bit further south. And their product is very, very competitive. So they have a Denali model in there that starts at $270 for their 3-bedroom, 2-bath, smallest home that they build out there. But if you watch the video that I did of the walkthrough, you'll see that it's still a great home with great quality construction and outstanding value for money. They're still offering incentives for interest rate buy downs and closing costs and whatnot. This one here is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath option for $287,000. It's going to be really, really hard to find better value for that, where you can stretch your money that far, get your interest rate brought down, have your closing costs paid for to a degree. It really does incentivize buyers to go to new builders rather than look at the resale option. So I wanted to put those on your map and on your radar. If you are looking to buy a home in Spring Hill, Brooksville, be sure to reach out to us for any questions. Like I said, we're local real estate experts. We know the market, been selling homes here for 20 years, and we know the neighborhoods that are going to give you the best value for money if you're looking to purchase. So all of those homes would be able to be purchased with a $60,000 per year income. I hope that makes sense. I hope you got some great value from the video. I would love to hear your feedback, but I really wanted to bring to light that there's still awesome quality homes at an affordable price point in Spring Hill and Brooksville, just 45 minutes north of Tampa. All right, guys, so what do you think? Do you think $60,000 is enough to buy a great home in Spring Hill and Brooksville, Florida? I hope you found that useful. I hope you take the time to watch some of the other videos on our channel, because we're breaking down the pros and cons, the cost of living, the best places to live, as well as doing some new home tours. So until next time, please enjoy the content. I can't wait to show you around town. I'm Ross Hardy from the Hardy team. It's time to love where you live.